Have you ever noticed how quickly the years seem to pass after 60? One day you're busy raising children or working long hours, and before you know it, you're looking at your reflection and realizing life has slowed down, but not your desire for health, love, and happiness. Many men in their 60s and 70s quietly admit to themselves that their energy isn't the same. Their body feels a little heavier, and even their relationship at home can sometimes feel more like companionship than true partnership. But here's the truth. Getting older doesn't have to mean giving up on feeling alive, strong, and deeply connected to your spouse. In fact, this stage of life can be the most rewarding if you pay attention to the right things. Today, let's talk about the essential factors that make a senior man not only healthier, but also a better partner, because the two are deeply linked. When your body feels strong, your mind feels clear, and your heart feels steady, it naturally brings warmth and energy into your marriage. And when your marriage is thriving, it creates motivation to take better care of yourself. It's a cycle that keeps building. The first factor that can transform both your health and your relationship is your physical vitality. Think about it. When you wake up stiff, low on energy, or weighed down by aches, it doesn't just affect you. It affects how patient you are, how much energy you bring into a conversation, even whether you feel like laughing or joining your spouse for a walk after dinner. Maintaining physical vitality doesn't mean chasing youth or lifting heavy weights at the gym. It's about consistency and movement. A 20-minute daily walk, some light stretching, or even basic strength exercises with your own body weight can do wonders. Imagine how much more enjoyable it feels to sit across the table from your partner, full of energy, alert, and eager to engage, instead of slumped and tired. That spark of health directly fuels the spark of connection. The second factor is emotional presence. Too often, men over 60 get stuck in silence. Maybe you've spent a lifetime being the provider, solving problems and carrying responsibilities. But now what your partner often craves most is your attention, your presence, your willingness to truly listen. It doesn't matter if you're sitting quietly together on the porch or talking about the past. What matters is that she feels you are there with her, not distracted, not closed off. Health isn't just physical. It's emotional. When you learn to share how you feel, even in simple words like, "I appreciate you" or "I'm glad we're together," you strengthen the bond that makes marriage more than just routine. And the surprising thing is, emotional connection reduces stress, lowers blood pressure, and even strengthens the immune system. Your marriage benefits, and so does your body. Another essential factor is balance in your daily habits, especially with food and rest. At this stage of life, heavy meals late at night, irregular sleep, or too much alcohol can rob you of both health and happiness. Think about how different your evening feels when you choose a lighter dinner, maybe some grilled fish and vegetables, compared to when you load up on fried foods that leave you sluggish and uncomfortable. That choice doesn't just affect digestion, it affects your mood, your sleep, and even the way you interact with your spouse. A man who sleeps well and wakes up refreshed brings more kindness, patience, and warmth into his marriage. When you look closely, you'll see that these factors, physical vitality, emotional presence, and balance in daily habits, are not separate. They build on each other, creating a stronger, healthier, and more connected version of yourself. And the beauty of it is, it's never too late to begin. Now let's move deeper into a few more factors that often get overlooked, but can completely change how you feel in your body and how you show up in your marriage. One of the most powerful yet underappreciated factors is mental stimulation. After retirement, many men slowly stop challenging their minds. Maybe the daily crossword puzzle or television becomes the main source of activity, but your brain, like your muscles, thrives on being used. A sharp, curious mind doesn't just help prevent memory loss or mental decline. It also keeps you more interesting and engaging to your spouse. Imagine sitting down with her and sharing something new you read, a thought you've been pondering, or even a funny story you picked up. That spark of curiosity keeps conversations alive. And conversations are the heartbeat of lasting love. Whether it's picking up a hobby you once left behind, reading more, or even learning something brand new, stimulating your mind makes you healthier and keeps your relationship vibrant. Another factor that many men hesitate to talk about openly is intimacy. Physical closeness is not just about desire, it's about reassurance, affection, and connection. As men age, changes in hormones, energy, or medical issues can sometimes make intimacy more challenging, but ignoring it or treating it as unimportant can quietly create distance in a marriage. It doesn't have to be that way. Intimacy can be as simple as holding hands while watching a movie, giving your spouse a long hug, or learning to express affection in ways that fit your current stage of life. The key is not to let this part of your relationship disappear. Staying open, honest, and willing to adapt helps maintain closeness and emotional security, which benefits both health and happiness. Research has shown that couples who maintain intimacy often live longer, healthier lives with less stress. So think of intimacy not as a youthful luxury, but as a lifelong medicine for the heart. Then there's the factor of shared purpose. One of the hidden struggles men face after 60 is a sense of losing direction. Maybe the job is gone, the children are grown, and suddenly the days stretch out without structure. Without realizing it, this can lead to irritability, frustration, or even quiet resentment that can spill into the marriage. But couples who find shared purpose, whether it's through volunteering, traveling, gardening together, or even mentoring grandchildren, often feel stronger and more connected. Shared purpose gives you both something to look forward to, something that brings joy and meaning to the days. When a man feels useful and a woman feels supported, happiness naturally deepens. And let's not forget the factor of gratitude. This may sound simple, almost too simple, but gratitude is like oil for the engine of marriage. At this stage of life, both partners have likely gone through decades of ups and downs, moments of joy and times of difficulty. Choosing to focus on appreciation instead of complaints is what keeps love alive. Saying thank you for the small things, noticing the effort your spouse puts in, or simply acknowledging her presence with a smile. It all adds up. Gratitude doesn't just strengthen a marriage. It reduces stress hormones, lifts your mood, and reminds you daily that life is still full of blessings worth enjoying. When you put mental stimulation, intimacy, shared purpose, and gratitude together, you create a powerful foundation. They don't just keep you healthy, they make your marriage richer and more fulfilling than ever. And the beauty is, you don't need to wait for the perfect moment to start. A little effort today can bring enormous changes in how you feel and how your spouse feels by your side. As we bring all of this together, there are still a few final factors that complete the picture of health and lasting happiness in marriage. One of the most important is communication during conflict. At this stage of life, many men fall into two extremes. Either they avoid arguments altogether, staying silent, or they let frustration build until it bursts out sharply. Both approaches can hurt your health and your relationship. Learning to handle disagreements with calmness and respect is like adding years to your life. Stress from constant tension doesn't just weigh on your heart emotionally, it literally affects your heart physically, raising blood pressure and weakening immunity. But when you practice slowing down, breathing, and choosing words carefully, conflict turns into an opportunity to understand each other better instead of creating distance. Imagine how much lighter life feels when your home is a place of peace rather than unspoken tension. Another factor is community. Even in a strong marriage, relying only on your spouse for all companionship can create pressure. Having friends, joining groups, or simply interacting with neighbors provides fresh energy and perspective. For men, social connections often shrink with age, but keeping them alive is vital. When you share laughter, activities, or stories with others, you carry that positive energy back into your marriage. And for your health, strong social ties are proven to reduce the risk of depression, dementia, and even early death. A man who nurtures friendships outside his marriage often finds himself more balanced, more confident, and more enjoyable to be around. Finally, there's the factor of self-respect. It's easy to overlook this because you may think respect comes from others, but in reality, it begins with how you see yourself. Do you take pride in caring for your appearance, keeping up with your health checkups, and staying engaged in life? Or do you quietly let yourself slip into neglect, thinking it doesn't matter anymore? The way you treat yourself sends a powerful message to your spouse. A man who respects himself through self-care and personal growth naturally earns respect from others, including his partner. And when respect flows both ways, marriage doesn't just survive the years, it flourishes. When you look at all these factors together, physical vitality, emotional presence, balanced habits, mental stimulation, intimacy, shared purpose, gratitude, healthy conflict, community, and self-respect, you start to see a clear picture. None of these require perfection. None of them demand massive change overnight. What they need is small, consistent effort, the kind of effort that builds over time into something remarkable. Remember, health and happiness at this stage of life are not about clinging to the past or wishing for youth. They're about embracing the present with wisdom, care, and love. Your body, your mind, and your marriage all reflect the choices you make each day. And the most powerful part? It's never too late. A single step toward better health, a single word of appreciation to your spouse, a single moment of presence. These are the things that transform the years ahead into some of the most rewarding you've ever lived. So take this to heart. You have the ability to create a life that's not just longer, but richer and more meaningful. Your health fuels your marriage fuels your joy, and together, they fuel the legacy you leave behind. Here's to living your best years with strength, love, and purpose, because you deserve nothing less. If this message spoke to you, share your thoughts in the comments below. Let me know what habits or practices have made the biggest difference in your life. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel, so you'll always have support and inspiration on this journey. And above all, remember, you are not too old, it is not too late, and the best is yet to come.